Good morning, friends. Prepared Suburbanite back with some sobering thoughts for today. Yesterday afternoon, we met with the contractor for our new front porch, screened-in front porch, and just to go over some final details and get start dates and those kinds of things, just to make sure that everything was going to go off on schedule. So that's going pretty good. He left here about 5:30 or 6 o'clock or so. We had dinner, and I held the couch down for a while and fell asleep, didn't catch any news. And when I got up this morning, I saw some very sobering news headlines, and I am a little spooked by what's going on. So the question for today is, how much faith do you have in the Biden administration to keep us out of World War III? So here's what I woke up to this morning. As part of my general routine, I check a number of news sites, including Fox, Breitbart, you name it. I'm out there looking at all the different headlines. And while it didn't get any playtime on the major channels like CNN or MSNBC or even Fox, but here's what I saw. The report: Russia is planning naval exercises in the Caribbean Sea. And secondly, there's this one: Russian warships steam for Caribbean as Ukraine tensions go global. Now, so the question is, do you have any faith in the Biden administration to react appropriately, positively, give them a show of strength, whatever, to dissuade the Russians from carrying out these military naval type exercises in the Caribbean Sea? I personally have very little confidence. After watching Joe Biden's behavior at Normandy, with his current visit to Ukraine, and his recent enactments and pronouncements that Vladimir Zelensky can use U.S.-made weaponry inside Russia to attack them. And it may have already started. This, I believe, these naval exercises in the Caribbean are very much a direct response to that kind of a statement that Joe Biden just recently issued about Ukraine being able to use U.S.-made weaponry inside Russia. And I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but having lived through the Cuban Missile Crisis in my young years, and watching what was going on then, the steel reserve that John F. Kennedy had stared down Khrushchev with that naval blockade around Cuba. It worked. It was a show of strength, and it was respected. And it was only because he was unwavering in his commitment to keep Russian missiles away from the United States. I don't see that same level of commitment, reserve, strength, or anything coming from the Biden administration. In fact, all I see is weakness. And what I think Putin's doing right now is testing that resolve. He's out there right now with a naval contingent set on officially doing exercises in the Caribbean. Well, I'm not a military tactician, but whenever a naval fleet goes on these kinds of exercises, we'll call them, you can bet that they are going to be accompanied by submarines, by warships, by battleships that are capable of launching whatever kinds of armaments they seem fit to launch. And this isn't going to be just like rubber bullets or smoke bombs or anything like that. They're really going to, I believe, get into it, and they're going to be rattling their collective sabers against us right now. And I am deathly afraid that the weakness in the Biden administration right now, that the distractions that he is putting up right now, trying to convince us that the border's closed, and that's part of the issue right now, is that there are so many illegal military-aged men coming from all corners of the earth, descending on our southern border right now, that this could truly be one of the things that we're going to wake up to this afternoon, tomorrow morning, sometime next week, sometimes next month. But you can rest assured that something is going to happen here that's going to trigger a whole series of very formidable events. One of the formidable events, I believe, will be that there will be a provocative statement made by somebody in the Biden administration, whether it's Joe himself or Anthony Blinken or whoever, and it's going to get quite a lot of press and playtime in the Russian media, and it's all going to focus on what Putin's going to do. And if Putin decides he's going to not take any more of this nonsense, then Lord knows what's going to happen. Are you ready? Do you have enough food and water and personal and property defense set aside to make it through what is going to happen? And I believe, after having lived through the Cuban Missile Crisis, that we could be up against quite a lot with the nonsense going on our southern border, with the depletion of our strategic oil reserves, with most of our offensive and defensive weaponry being relegated to Ukraine and other areas around the world, trouble spots around the world. Do we have enough here to defend this country? And that's one of the president's most important duties, is to protect this country. And I doubt if he is capable of doing it. After watching his demeanor over the last few weeks or so, he is definitely not fit any longer to be our president. Considering the alternatives, to have Kamala Harris assume the presidency might be even worse. Who knows? But Joe Biden, for sure, is not capable any longer of leading our country, being the leader of the free world, so to speak. He can't even figure out how to get off a stage properly, even after being given very precise directions that you exit this way, you turn, you wave, you shake hands, you do this. But and he can't seem to figure it out. He always looks like he's taking a dump in his drawers. I am very, very worried, very, very concerned. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on this very dangerous issue that's going on in the Caribbean Sea right now, with Russia beginning to do or threatening to do naval exercises in the Caribbean. That's only a few hundred miles away from our coastline. And I haven't seen that the Biden administration has reacted at all. Maybe you have. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. But I am deathly afraid that this might be the trigger that is needed to get us into a conflict with Russia and China and Iran and anybody else that's out there that's a sworn enemy of our country, and give Biden an excuse to declare martial law, delay or cancel the November elections, figure out another way to put Donald Trump in jail, you name it. I think he is gunning for a conflict to be able to do some of those things. And this shirt looks like it's camouflage against this background, but that's the way it goes. It's brand new. I love it. It's a great looking shirt. Got it from LAPG, and they do a great job outfitting me and my family. But anyway, no endorsements there. Not sponsored by LAPG in any form or fashion, but they do deliver a quality product. Anyway, with that said, I'd like to hear your thoughts on what you think is really going to happen over the next few days. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you, you better be prepared always. And I'll see you all on the next video.